Hello guys, welcome back to our sixth or fifth video, I believe, in our scripting tutorial series. In today's video, what the hell happened to the Roblox UI? Alright, anyways. In today's video, we got scopes and or not operators, basically operands. And what these do is they are amazing, and you will see exactly what I talk about in a second. So let's disable this function script from our last video, and let's add a new script inside a server script. It's a pretty big pattern here for every video. We're probably just gonna do a new script for their own separate thing. So let's make, you know what? Let's just use some prints today. So let's make our variables as usual, as per se, and I'm gonna say local my var, just the usual, and then local number two, and I'm gonna change this to like number one. Actually, no. Those are kind of confusing. I'm gonna say variable one, and then the second local statement is gonna be variable two. And now we're just gonna say, and now I'm gonna show you guys what scoping basically is. So when we write local at the top, we know that local is supposedly for the whole script. We define these two variables for everywhere else in our script to be used. So I can make a function. Oh my god, I wrote the wrong way. My func. I could say I can call them from here and such. Oh, yeah, I didn't actually even give these a definition. Up to 6. And yeah, we can call these variables from our function. Literally anywhere else in our code, we can call these variables because we declared them at the top. However, what scoping is, it's basically what it scopes to this part. So if I say like local variable 3 inside of the function, we cannot call variable 3 outside of it. Because this variable 3 is a custom and tuned to my function. You might be wondering, how exactly is this even useful? Just call it outside the func. Well, when you use parameters, for example, we can say like variable 3, we could put it inside here and say is equal to number 1 plus number 2, or yeah, this number right here. For example, we can't do that outside because these are also part of this function. These are scoped into this function. We cannot call variable 3 outside. And if we say like if variable, but we can always manipulate the data inside of this function. I can say if variable 3 is equal to variable 1, then print they're the same, for example. And if I can say, yeah, I don't have to say that actually, but basically you get the gist. Basically, scoping is what's like where you can use these variables in these in the scripts. For example, like these local variables right here are scoped to this script. You can't use them in other scripts. We wrote them at the top of this script. We defined it as this, and then everything that comes after will take over as these functions are these variables data sets basically. So look, another part of scoping is I cannot say like, for example, variable 2, right? Variable 2 right here. I cannot call variable 2 before it's been defined. Because the script runs one by one. Remember? One line, two line, three line, fourth line, fifth line. I cannot call variable 1 after or before I actually defined it and declared it. That's another thing with scoping. And that's really about it. I mean, it's nothing crazy. A good way to use scoping is like this. So I can like, if you're not sure what these variables are gonna be, what they're or if you are sure what you want it to be, you can just leave it like this: local variable 1, local variable 2, is defined as nothing, or you can say nil, but you can leave it as nothing, and then you can say like if number 1 is equal to number, then variable 1 is equal to number 1 or something, and then this will actually take over, and variable 1 be equal to this, and then whenever you call variable 1 outside of this function, print variable 1, variable one will be, so I'll show you right now. So let's call my func. Let's say 5 and 3. And thing is, yeah, equal to number. So I'm gonna say 5 and 5 actually, because number 1 is 5. This is equal to 5. Then variable 1 is equal to number 1, which is gonna be right here. So let's actually call this right here. Variable 1. See, I'm not printing the function. Rather say with the return. I'm gonna print what the actual variable is after. If I was gonna print inside the function, I would return what was it called, variable 1 or something, because that's what I want. Instead, I'm gonna actually use a print on the variable 1. So let's print out and see. There you go, 5. Variable 1 was set to 5, and you can do this with anything. I can set it as a string, so I can say I can say hi. I can say hi. Then variable 1 will become hi. And now it becomes hi. It takes over. And then whenever I use variable 1, because remember, this is outside. Remember, this is outside this function, not inside. So variable 1 is like this for the rest of the script now. And that's very useful. It's super, you can get really tricky with this. And yeah, you can basically say like if this, and then variable 1 is equal to like a string instead of a number. And then in your later code, you would say like if variable 1 is a number, then do this. Variable 2 is a string, then do this. Whatever. But that's really about that. God damn, that's really about it. So now on to the and or and not operator. So let's make a, you know what we can do actually? Let's go back into our function script. Let's delete this one because it's really nothing crazy. Let's go back into our functions, re-enable this, and let's actually just mess around with a lot of this with our and not. So if number is, so back into our my function. If you deleted this, you can write it down. Once we called it, what the hell? What the frick is that? When did I put this? Okay. Right here, we're getting all their stuff. Let's mess around with this first one right here. Print add numbers 5 and 7. Let's mess around with 5 and 7. Add number, blah blah blah. Let's not mess around with that. Never mind. Let's print with my function. So let me see. What did I do with my function? What did I do? My function. Print. Okay. If number right here, it's a 5. And let's do our first statement. So I'm gonna show you guys what the not statement is. So the not statement is actually, let's make a new function. Let's actually do that. It's gonna mess up a lot of things. So let's say local function not func, and let's run it. Let's do some. Let's make something a little creative here in a second. So okay, in our function not func, let's define something as a local. Let's scope something into here. Local. Let's see. Not. No. Let's do this. Let's say. Let's make some numbers. Yeah. So number. So 5th is equal to 5. Local 6th. Wait, no. Let's say local 3rd. Third. And then let's say local. Let's make a string. Local string. Val is equal to hi, I am a string. Perfect. So now let's mess around with these 3 variables. So let's say if 5th is equal to 5, and no, let's say if 5th is not equal to 5, then print 5th is not 5. So what this is a not operator, and what this means basically is 5th not equal to 5. That's it. If it's not equal to 5, instead of saying is it equal, this is saying is it equal to 5. We're saying is it not equal to 5. This is super useful. Another way of writing this is you can also say if 5th, but yeah, you can use the not right here, and this is the same thing as saying this right here. They are contextual, because in right here I can't say if 5th not, I can't say like if 5th not 5. Like the logic just sounds stupid. Like you have to say if 5th not equal to 5. If you want to say if it's not equal to 5, but it is. So yeah. But we can say 6 instead. So fifth is not equal to 6, so this will run. But we could say if not, yeah. So if we say if not fifth, then what this is basically saying is if fifth doesn't even exist, like if there's not a value for fifth, if it's nil, basically, if it's just regular like this. But we're not gonna do that right now. So we could say if fifth not equal to 6, then print it's not 5, and let's say not func, and then it should print out for us. Yeah, 5 is not 5 right here. It printed out fifth is a value, actual data, variable data, whatever. And then now we can also say an or statement. So an or statement, basically, what it does is it has two conditionals. So if fifth is equal to 5, or third is equal to 2, then run. And basically what this is doing is saying it's gonna see, is fifth equal to 5? Okay, it is. So we're gonna end it right there and just run this. The or statement won't even run. This is like a fallback. An or statement is a fallback. So let's make this like 6. So or 7, 6, 7. Anyways, if fifth is equal to 5, it's gonna check. Okay, is fifth equal to 5? No, it's equal to 7. Okay, it's gonna check. It has an or statement, so it's gonna say okay, or what? Or third is equal to 2. Is third equal to 2? No, we're gonna skip this. But if one of these conditions is true, then it'll run. That's basically it is. The or statement, you can have as many ors as you want. You can say or string val is equal to hi, I am a string, or not string val. So basically this condition is saying this line of code will run if either fifth is equal to 5 or third is equal to 3, which they are, so it'll just run right away. Or string val is equal to hi, I am a string, or not string val. So this will run if string val is not even a thing as well. So I mean that's really it for ors. We can also say like this too, because if fifth is equal to 5, you can, yeah. I mean there's not really much to say. I mean it's just or just or. Is it this or this or this or this? So what's the condition here? We also have nots, or not nots, sorry, ands. Ands are great. Ands are amazing. So ands are like the opposite of ors, kind of, in a way. It's you have to have multiple conditions, not you can have multiple conditions. So an or statement is more say, well, just one of these has to work. And is all of these conditions have to be present. So if fifth is equal to 5, and third is equal to 3, and string val is equal to hi, I am a string, then this will run. So these all have to be true. So if I do it now, if I run it, I think there's like a typo here in the string value. I think there is a typo. Yeah, there is. I don't know. Oh no, fifth is not equal to 7. That's okay. Yeah, that's exactly why. Yeah. So see how it didn't run? Because one of the conditions was not true. The fifth condition was not true, so I'm automatically, or this is not the first condition technically, but this condition containing fifth was not true. So automatically it did not run. So now it's saying I'm running. See that? And then you can get super creative with this. You can write it with your else statements, else. Oh, actually, yeah, else, if this doesn't work, then you can do whatever, or you can say else if fifth is equal to 6, and third is equal to 2, like that. You can also write that as well. You can get super creative with this, and ors, nots. This actually, I did not show you guys not statements, like good not statements. So not is basically just the same as this little whatever. There's a name for this. What's this called? Forgot. Knots are basically the same as that. So you just have there's like certain conditions. Same way with equal, and equal. So you can say like if fifth not equal to 5, obviously, but you can also say and not is my favorite. So I can say, so you can say this and not string value, boom, is equal to fifth or something like that. No, that won't work. That won't work. There's already a not value right there. I could say and not string value, so there has to be like no string value at all. So if I run this now, oh wait, there's no definition, so I'm gonna say no. So this should work. I'm running, yeah. Yeah, there you go, yeah. And not string value. There's none. There's none. That's it, really. I mean, and not like nots are basically like for not if you're saying something is equal, like this operator is for. Like this operator is for if you're defining if something is equal to something. The not is basically asking if it's not this. Like in general. If it's not. Basically. I mean that's really about it, guys. This one's kind of confusing. This video, not my best work, but if you guys have any questions, just put in the comments. That's really about it.